Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel today. I want to do an overview of a Chinese pen that I really like, and that is the Moonman M100. Moonman is a Chinese company that makes many different types of pens, but they are most well known for their M2, I believe, which is a demonstrator with a red cap band. It's a very lovely pen, I have one, but I feel that the M100s are a slightly more special kind of pen. They come in lovely finishes and they are very good writers. So I will give you an overview of the two pens I have. I'll show you a writing sample and I'll talk a little bit about the nibs because these are not pens with standard Chinese iridium nibs. These two and all the other M100s actually have Schmidt nibs. So if you're interested in a Chinese pen that is slightly more luxurious feeling with very pretty finishes, can't stop looking at them, please keep watching for the full overview. Yeah, see you in a second. Okay, here we have the two M100s that I own. There are so many different finishes of this pen on eBay, but these were some of the original finishes, and I am absolutely in love with this red or burgundy speckled finish. It is so lovely. When the light hits it, it is just super chatoyant. I know that's a very favorite word of some pen reviewers, but with this pen, I get what they mean. Another reason that I love this particular finish is that I am dreaming of buying a Pelikan M600 in, I think it's ruby red. It's that speckled ruby finish. It is so hard to find. I know there is someone on Instagram who has one. I haven't seen one come up for sale. I have an eBay thing set up that I get an email whenever they come up for sale, but I have never had that email. This is the first M100 I got just because it's so unusual. The finish with the blue and the brown and the gold. I believe they call this the Golden Sands one, and I understand that. It's like a desert landscape with some nice blue sky, or it's a sea and a beach. It's very, very unusual. And I like the shape. It's not really, it's not a flat top, obviously, but it's also not super cigar shapes because they flare so much. They're so pointy. And yeah, these are the same pens, and I think some of you may have realized that I am definitely a collector of pens. I like getting multiple versions of the same pen. I think I have like 10 TWSBI Ecos or 8. So I like collecting them, and these are very collectible. They come in at 25 euros, so that's about $30, I think. And I think there's a finish for everyone. Now let's talk about this nib. They come in a fine nib. There's no choice here, but they do come with a Schmidt nib. So instead of having a generic Chinese nib, this is a Schmidt nib. I like these nibs. They are a little finicky to write with, so I would say, I know I'm personifying this nib. I would say they like to have you write at a specific angle. So there is a sweet spot for this nib. And I have that with both of these. So that might just be the nature of the nib type. But I don't mind that. Like, I can adjust my writing to the nib. And for me, they were fine out of the box. So I've read online that some people had to adjust their nib. I have not done so, because they write fine. They're just a little specific about the writing angle. Like they have a mind of their own. Both pens Oh, there's no roll stop if you don't cap it. Both of these pens come with a converter. This is a fairly sturdy converter. It's like not amazing, but like it does the job. Does the job. It says Moonman here, which is a very nice, very funky detail. Wonder, it's sad that this is such a dark, gloomy country sometimes because this finish is so lovely in the light. I'll try to take some pictures of the sunshines and have them in a description box, but I don't know if we're gonna get any sunshine today. So yeah, I don't have either of them inked now, but I am going to ink one of them. I think I'm gonna ink this one. All right, let's ink one of them up and do a writing sample. Yep. I'll do the inking on camera, even though that always seems to be a bad idea because I'm not great at sort of multitasking in this way. This is diamine, Robert, and look at that rim. I know it looks kind of grody, but that is just all sheen. So this ink is like a magenta-y, reddy, purpley. I'm bad at describing colors, but it sheens green gold, and that on the rim is not mold. That is just sheen. So it's dried up ink, super saturated. This is the reason why I opened this bottle in the box, because I know tiny particles will come loose and just fly everywhere. And then I have ink residue over my table forever and ever. But okay, I thought this would match fairly well. This is one of the Cult Pens exclusives. It's a very nice ink. It is very saturated, so it's hard to clean. That's enough ink. I have so many pens inked, guys. I don't need to put a lot of ink in there. If you want more ink in there, you could just screw the piston back down and make sure all the air is out and refill it. So that's nice and inked up. Let's grab the journal. And first close this bottle because an open bottle of ink is a danger. Take out the pen I was using. I like to do ink testing in the back of my journals. So the Moonman M100, both lovely finishes, lovely pens. And just all around good writers. This is a fine, dotted the wrong letter, fine nib. I'm using Diamine Robert. I love that name, which is a very fitting ink for this particular pen. If you're looking for a cheap Chinese pen that is not a demonstrator, I think this is a perfect option. It feels luxurious. It feels really solid. There's nothing that I can say about this pen that is actually negative. This is just good value for money, and it is lovely. I've been tempted to buy all the finishes. Of course, I shouldn't do that because I have so many pens already. But yeah, this was an overview of the Moonman M100. The nib is fine, not dry. They have lovely finishes. The only downside is that it is just fine nibs. So if you don't like fine nibs, this is not for you. But if you like lovely finishes, and fine nibs. Perfect pen. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this was informative and interesting, and I hope you get a nice look at these two finishes because they are gorgeous. Okay, see you next time. Bye-bye.